President?
I don't know. I have to respond by saying again, I have brilliant lawyers that work for me, and they are going to obviously follow what the Supreme Court said. What you said is not what I heard the Supreme Court said. They have a different interpretation.
You see, it's not what he heard. Trump is an extremely busy man. He's not going to hear every little thing, like who's dating around the office or which parts of the Constitution the Supreme Court expects him to follow. Trump didn't hear it in very much the same way Walton Goggins couldn't hear it when people said, "Don't wear that" to the Met Gala. And when you're the type of person who has been blessed with not just stellar hearing, but the superb ability to recognize that anything is possible, why wouldn't you apply that to term limits?
Trump Organization is selling hats that say Trump 2028.
Yeah.
Are you seriously considering a third term, Mr. President, even though it's prohibited by the Constitution? Or is this about staying politically viable?
I will say this. So many people want me to do it. I have never had requests so strong as that. But it's something that, to the best of my knowledge, you're not allowed to do.
To the best of his knowledge. And come on, he has the best knowledge. He also surrounds himself with the best people. So if he or any of his amazing employees haven't heard about the 22nd Amendment to the Constitution, that's probably because it isn't even true. I mean, if it was true, that would make this guy look pretty fucking bad. But you don't, Eric. You look very, very cool and smart and totally, definitely not stupid. But Trump's tenacity isn't just applied to the people and laws that stand in his way. It's also applied to reality and his refusal to accept it.
You did take your case to court about that. You took your case to court about your allegations against the election. Let me ask you, sir.
There's no question about it. The election was rigged. The facts are in, and it's still being litigated. Let's go.
You did take your case to court more than 60 times and didn't win those cases.
I won a lot of court cases.
Just to button that up, though, sir.
Yep, over 5 years and 60 court cases later, Donald Trump is still preaching never say never about an election that he lost. But I guess it's worth asking, can you truly lose an election if you believe you've won? Yes. Because that's just how math works. Just because the president might hang a Ted Lasso sign over the door of the Oval Office does not magically overturn an election. But in fairness, the ability for certain chosen people to operate within the reality distortion field is what has given our culture so many things we'd otherwise be deprived of. The iPhone, Disney World, the biggest measles outbreak in years. And just because someone spends their early years being mentored by a notoriously ruthless guy like Roy Cohn, who preached that you can always claim victory and never admit defeat, does not necessarily mean that their mentee is capable of doing such audacious work. I mean, since Liberation Day, Trump has been banging the deals drum. Deals, deals, deals has been the incessant loop from him and every single person inside this administration. 90 deals in 90 days was the rally cry throughout Washington, D.C. So it would be a masterful feat if he was able to somehow change his tune while also denying that that was ever his tune in the first place.
Because everyone says, when are you going to sign deals? We don't have to sign deals. We could sign 25 deals right now, Howard.
Yeah, signing deals is easy. All that means is halting the pain being inflicted on the American consumer and admitting your campaign promises about lowering costs on day one was a complete fiction. Not signing deals, now that's hard. And not only are you a fool for accepting the reality of Donald Trump's promises that a big, beautiful deal was imminent, you're also too dim to understand that by surrendering to that truth, you're actually depriving yourself of a new extravagant USA.
We're going to put down the price that people are going to have to pay to shop in the United States. Think of us as a super luxury store.
Oh, you mean the stores that most Americans can't afford to shop in. Trump's Hope Springs Eternal mantra is going to turn this country from a nation with steady trading partners into a flashy brick-and-mortar store where you can trade in your car for a nice small handbag. But nowhere was Trump's never-ending battle against reality on display more than this morning in his meeting with Canada's newly elected Prime Minister. Polling in Canada showed that after Trump started his 51st state talk, Canadian national pride surged and the Liberals gained 15 points over the Conservatives practically overnight. This was the pivotal issue in the Canadian election. Donald Trump opening his mouth and reminding Canadians why they should vote against anyone who might be friendly to his administration. Or as Trump sees it.
As you know, just a few days ago, he won a very big election in Canada. And I think I was probably the greatest thing that happened to him, but I can't take vote credit. His party was losing by a lot, And he ended up winning, so I really want to congratulate him. It was probably one of the greatest comebacks in the history of politics.
I mean, only this guy could give himself credit for instigating one of the, quote, greatest comebacks in the history of politics, as if it's a win for Trump, when his mere presence in the race is what sunk the candidate who Trump actually wanted. This is like Bill Buckner claiming that his world-famous error was actually a strategic masterpiece. When it comes to tenaciously ignoring the law, the words people say, or even the reality before him, Trump is a workhorse. And while some may say that nothing will ever be able to stop him, I like to take my cues from the man himself.
Never say never. Never say never.
Before you go, if you enjoyed this content and you want to see more and support independent media, please subscribe to this channel. The subscribe button will be right here on the screen. But second, the reality is that we are now in a political environment where this administration can lean on any of the social media platforms to suppress certain voices if they don't like critical coverage. That means my longevity here is in the hands of a few tech billionaires who are already making it clear that they are willing to cater to this administration. To that end, signing up for my newsletter is a way for me to reach you directly if that ever becomes necessary. I'll put the link right here on the screen as well, so please sign up. It's free, but there's also an option to do a paid subscription if you'd like to support me and my team. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching.